So, Nanatsu no Taizai, aka the Seven Deadly Sins, episode 16 review. That is 1-6. Oh, listen, the beginning was not bad. I mean, you have this one thing with, basically it's Gother stuff and his abilities to be able to see the memories of people, and actually revealing something about King, or at least hinting something about King and the Hellbrand connection. How King, he's, for some odd reason, stunting his own powers, and we're not too sure why, but there's something going on there, obviously. But the middle and the end is like, whoa, what the fuck? What's happening here? Who the fuck took Elizabeth and Arthur? He's in this bitch now? Really? I mean, granted, the series is a medieval themed series, so King Arthur being in it is not that surprising. And plus, I watch a lot of anime, and I've seen a whole host of variants of King Arthur. I mean, for example, you have Fate Stay Night, and King Arthur is a chick, and there are dudes that want to bone King Arthur on some weird gender bender shit. You're like, okay, this is kind of funky. But it's Japanese. Japanese people do the funkiest, weirdest shit. Okay, have you seen their porn lately? It's off the fucking wall. So, I'm not that surprised. That being said, I think more so it was just the fact that it was random. Like, you have an entire army of these guys from Camelot. And I'm like, wait, so, because this kingdom is called Leonis, so they didn't have like, any scouts. Like, they didn't have any dudes on horseback, like, 20 miles away, like, the Camelotians are coming, we must tell the lords. Like, no, like, apparently they had no one on scout duty watching Arthur and his boys. And apparently Arthur has, and I don't know if he's at the same level as Meliodas and others, but he has a lot of magic power. And then there was some person with, like, a hoodie, like a druid next to him, in pink or purple, and I was like, so, because, you know, Arthur and Merlin, they have that story connection too, or something, and so, is that person the hoodie Merlin, who was a part of the Seven Deadly Sins, or is the person that took Elizabeth apart, is she Merlin? The one with the teleportation magic? So, I'm not too sure. I'm gonna go with the former there, because I think having only one magic, I mean, I'm assuming that the only magic that Holy Knight had that took Elizabeth is teleportation. And based on that assumption, I'm going to say it's not Merlin. And plus, the neck seems a little bit too long. So, again, I'm not too sure. Based on the image that we saw, in like a blurry image of Merlin that we saw in a flashback of Gother, apparently Merlin was the one who took out, I mean, don't know why. I mean, I guess it seems like Merlin sold out the Seven Deadly Sins, and she took out, or she knocked out Meliodas in that incident, because apparently he didn't remember something, like there were some parts that are foggy, and that's because of Merlin's actions. So that we're getting some more light on that incident that took place when they were framed for trying to overthrow the kingdom, and Merlin appears to play a role against the Seven Deadly Sins. So again, I'm not too sure. Against her comrades at that point in time. Again, when it pertains to King, we're not too sure at this point in time, because King's whole thing is funky. But it was fascinating to see Gother's powers, how he pretty much knew that Elizabeth likes... Well, I'm pretty sure they all did, but he just said it. Like, he's the one that actually said it. Oh yeah, like, you like Meliodas. Yeah. And of course, you can't say it from Diane, otherwise she's just going to start throwing fists. I mean, she did before, when he mentioned that she's a foot taller than what she claims to be. So, for women, it does matter. And it was comical, obviously. Now, getting on to the whole, because when it comes to Gother, it's pretty much set in stone at this point in time. He's trying to find himself, he's trying to find what he is as a character. At least find some degree of emotion in his characterization. But we do get a lot of that from Meliodas. Because not only was it stated before, or at the beginning of the episode, by, God's name was the old man, where it looks like he's realized that Meliodas is projecting Liz onto Elizabeth. Now, granted, they do look very similar, but Elizabeth is not Liz. Therefore, that projection that he may or may not be doing, we're not too sure. But that projection is, to a certain degree, detrimental to their relationship between Meliodas and Elizabeth. However, set in stone, it's simply put, you're a knight, I'm a princess, I want my kingdom returned to me, help me out. That's the way it is. Now, the specifics, we need to find out more about Liz in order to actually get a, that bond. Like, we need a full-on flashback between those two, Elizabeth and Meliodas, because we got something, but not a lot. So we can't make that many deductions at this point in time. Now, when she's taken, Elizabeth, by the Holy Knight, and Meliodas, like, fuck, and you're like, whoa, like, that was the first time, or, in that case, not really fuck, I think it's Kassaw, like, just, he's pissed, and the hair's going up and shit, shockwaves, I'm like, damn, he just runs, grabs his fucking sword, he's outside and shit, like, damn, throw my ass, I'm like, and he mentions, or King mentions, wait, but we're like 40 miles away, I'm like, what the fuck, 40? For the cats who don't live in the States, who don't use miles that often, that's 65 or 66 kilometers. Diane threw Bon, Meliodas, and Gother 60 some odd kilometers. That's some Gil Thunder shit. My nigga Gil Thunder has some competition in the feat of tossing. Gee, are you serious? Like, my God. Well, no. I think with him, it was like, I forgot how many miles it was in that case, but it was, I want to say over 5 or 6 miles, at least. Maybe 7. But she did like 40. So I think in that case, she wins, clearly. So either way, it was a very impressive feat. Oh, shit. And like, they're just coasting through the damn air, and they can sense. So apparently, they can sense Meliodas and company coming through like the western northern gate area. And it's only like 3 guys. But they couldn't sense an entire fucking army and King Arthur and the fucking druid until they were right at their damn doorstep? There's something funky there. But what's also very important is the fact that there was now there's a full-on scuffle between, or not scuffle, but there's confrontation between Hendrickson and Dreyfus. Because, well, first of all, he assumes that his son has died. Griamore, he's not dead, but, it was, Griamore said to Elizabeth and company, like, tell him I'm dead, some shit like that. But what is the case is that these factions are not working together. It seemed the case at first, but no. Hendrickson is doing his own thing with Hellbrand. Hellbrand's his main go-to guy. Dreyfus, he's, just a regular holy knight who believed that he has his own set of beliefs. Like, he believes that the 7 deadly sins, they're the bad guy, they're the evil, and then we're the light. However, not the case when it comes to Hendrickson, obviously. They want to resurrect the demon clan. They're missing a piece, but they have most of the pieces. They're missing only one piece, and that one piece is Elizabeth for some reason. Maybe they need her blood. I'm starting to think that her piece... Here's my assumption. My assumption is that when it comes to the bloodline of the bloodline of the king and the princesses, they're like a holy bloodline, or maybe they're like a semi-goddess bloodline. I'd actually think that'd be the case, where like Elizabeth and like her father, like they have part goddess blood in them, because it would make sense that the goddess clan, I think, being the strongest of the 4 clans that seal the demon clan, meaning the human clan, fairy clan, giant clan, goddess clan, the goddess clan being the strongest of the clans since they're fucking goddesses. So that's my assumption. Therefore, you need a goddess to break the seal full on. And that final piece will probably be Elizabeth, or maybe her earring, because I think her earring has some, some significance too when it comes to meaning. And then there's the fact that you have Jericho when they're trading, she tells Gila about when she followed the Dawn Roar and how basically she dug up the grave of the Holy Knight that was demonized, or that turned to demon. And then there's this pendant, which I don't recall seeing on, I think his name was Dale, but either way, Gila knows that belonged to her father. At least that's what she gave off. So it looks like there may be some confrontation within the Holy Knights themselves, or within the new generation of Holy Knights, Hendrickson's faction. Because if they find out that they can transform into, or like there's a risk that they're gonna transform into demons, oh yeah, I can see some of these Holy Knights, some of these new generational cats be like, whoa, that was not in the fucking, like, we didn't sign up for this shit. I mean, maybe it was in the fine print with the damn microscope be able to read that shit, but they didn't know, obviously. So it is what it is, and that may lead to a three-way confrontation within the Holy Knights themselves. So you have Hendrickson's boys that support him, you have his boys that go against him, and then you have those who oppose Hendrickson and his faction full on, the old generation of Holy Knights with Dreyfus. So that's, fascinating. It could pan out to be a three-way. And overall, aside from that, the animation was pretty damn good as usual. The pacing, slow at first, but you had to get some thing for Gother and his character, like his official bring into the fold, and the party and the beer and whatever, and the eating, and how he's oblivious. Like, he's smart, but he lacks tact, he lacks emotions, and he's just there at this point in time. And it is what it is. So overall, the episode, I actually liked it. I did. Though I think there are a lot of random moments, and again, to me, Arthur is random and it's strange, and it's like, what the fuck is what the hell's happening here? But Meliodas just running into the damn Leonis kingdom, like, yo, like, we're saving Elizabeth right the fuck now. We cannot afford the demon clan to be set free. We just can't allow it. And how that has hints to a whole slew of other things. Again, a goddess connection possibly. And how you have, King Arthur, like, did he know too? Like, and then Merlin, like, who's Merlin? The chick that stole Elizabeth, or the chick next to, or I'm assuming the chick next to King Arthur? I don't know. Because it was stated that when Dreyfus felt what was going on in, like, the other end of the castle, he sensed about 100 people plus, but 2 folks stuck out when it came to the magic prowess. Very important. So again, I'll have to wait and see about that one. But overall, the episode, I'm gonna give it a good plus. I don't know. I do like that yell. Fuck it. Good plus to great. Alright, how about that? And I'll see you guys later. So rate the video. Make sure to do that. Make sure to rate it. Take on yourself to actually click like or dislike. It's not that fucking hard. Okay? And I will see you guys later. Subscribe. Peace. Have a nice goddamn day. Yeah.